Welcome back to the O'Shea Vlogcast. We do a quick podcast for those of you in America or in Canada on the way to work or on a work break. For those of you who are in Europe, getting off of work, let this resonate with you in our discussion. Today, I am picking what black men can learn from Larry Holmes. Hard work ain't easy. And the reason why we're dealing with hard work ain't easy because in Larry Holmes' boxing gym, the retired heavyweight champion in Easton, Pennsylvania, when you walk in, the first thing that you see is a sign that says, hard work isn't easy. Nobody knows this no more, or should I say, understands this concept more than Larry Holmes. And the reason why I pick him because Larry Holmes is me. Larry Holmes is you. Larry Holmes is your brother, your father, your coworker, your friend. Larry Holmes is the average guy. Not a guy who is the smartest or the best looking or the most intelligent or the funniest guy in the room. But like you, like me, and some of you could have an immaculate talent that you may know and we don't know. But see, what made Larry Holmes the champ was not necessarily his speed, although he had a hell of a jab. It was the fact that he worked for it. Because like you, most of you who are listening to the sound of my voice, you came from nothing. Same thing with Larry Holmes. He came from nothing. He was born in rural part, I believe, of Cuthbert, Georgia. Was born to a family of 12. Had 12 kids. His dad's name was John Holmes. Mother's name was Flossie Holmes, and there was no work in the South. So in 1954, they moved to Easton, Pennsylvania. Now, like many black families around this time, family couldn't get along. Dad left, went to Connecticut. Tried to find work there, but to no avail. So his mother and the father, although the father came back every 3 weeks to see him, but he lived in abject poverty, on welfare. Now, Larry Holmes goes through some of the things that many black men have went through as a young man. He's tall, lanky, ugly. Oh, yes, ugly. He says to himself, well, I'm not too bright, so I got to make it somehow. Maybe I can get a job in the steel mill. No, they don't pay too much. Maybe I can be a running back like O.J. Simpson. I'm not too tall, too skinny. Maybe I'll be a doctor. I'm too smart. He says, well, maybe I can get out and fight. I like to fight. I want to be a champ. Now, all of his friends told him, nigga, you will never be nothing. You want to be the heavyweight champion of the world? Nigga, look at you. You see how thin you are? How bony you are? You can't fight nobody. You'll never be nobody. Larry Holmes said, I'll show you. And this is what the man did. The man decided he would go into the roughest sport and put his body on the line to become the champ. Now, at this particular time that Holmes started to box, Muhammad Ali was just coming back to the sport. Joe Frazier, I believe at this time, was the champ. George Foreman had just won the gold medal in 1968. And so Larry Holmes decided that, well, if I'm going to be in with these guys, I need to spar. So Larry Holmes spent the good amount of time being the sparring partner of Muhammad Ali. And Muhammad Ali, from what the accounts said, beat his ass every day as a sparring partner. In fact, when he would show up, people would confuse him with other folks. Hey, how you doing, George Foreman? How you doing, Joe Frazier? We'll call him other folks' names. But he didn't let it get to him. He showed up every day. Turned professional, nobody still gave him a chance. Won a slew of fights, nobody gave him a chance, up until 1978. The WBC title is vacant. And now, former contender and now champion Ken Norton, who defeated Ali, broke his jaw in the fight, is a heavy favorite. And in one of the best fights ever to be fought on a heavyweight level, with the scorecards tied up until the 14th round, Larry Holmes pulls out an unbelievable upset and becomes the heavyweight champion in 1978. Larry Holmes will go on to have another fight against the great white hope, Jerry Cooney. Then beat Leon Spinks. He would go on to have 20 successful title defenses and go down as one of the greatest heavyweight title holders of all time. He didn't have a great knockout power. He had a really good jab and a nice overhand right. But when you look at him, a man that went 49-0 at one time in his life, how did he get there? Working hard every day. Brothers, I'm not going to stay here for you long because I got shit to do. But I want to tell you something. Nobody in this life is going to give you shit. I want you to know that. Don't look for it and don't ask for it. Nobody going to give you a motherfucking thing. And if you think that you're going to be something in this life, before you die, before you get in that grave, and your day is coming, like mine is coming one day, we all have to meet that fate. You got to take it by the balls. That means whatever you want out of life, you're going to have to work for. I know you've heard this before. You heard it on my other channel, but it bears repeating. Nobody is going to give you nothing. Especially if you don't come from nothing. You see, Larry Holmes couldn't go around with an excuse, well, I'm on welfare. Well, my mama lived in the ghetto. Well, we had 12 kids. Well, I can't be nothing because of where I come from. I tell you what people think about where you come from. They don't give a damn. Nobody cares about what you've been through. They don't care about what you've been through. Nobody cares about your story. Nobody cares your dad wasn't in your life. Nobody wants to hear that from you. Nobody has no sympathy for you, brother. Nobody cared that your mom was a whore, or your mom was a crack addict, or your dad was gay, or your dad was a crack addict, or your uncle was whatever, a dope fiend. Nobody care about what happened in your life, nigga. They don't care. Nobody want to hear your fucking sorry story. And I know you've been through a lot. Trust me, I know. I get emails from brothers all of the time talking about what they've been through. My heart goes out to you. It really do. But I tell you that it's not going to get you nowhere in life. It won't get you one damn thing. If you're looking for sympathy, are you looking for a handout? Are you looking for somebody to give you something because you see women getting everything? You are not protected. You are not a protected group. And you're not going to have nothing if you're waiting for somebody else to give it to your ass. But what I will tell you is if you just buckle down and accept that the shit is not going to be easy, I can promise you're 85% to where you're going to be. It ain't going to be easy, nigga. I'm telling you, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. It's never easy. There's some days people talk about me on here. How you doing what you doing? You in school? How you doing what you're doing? I don't know how I'm doing what I do sometimes. There are days I get up at 1 in the morning and don't go to bed till 12 at night. But see, I know that if I just do the minimum, I won't have nothing. Won't nobody give me nothing. I got things I need to do. I know that if you want something that you got to go out and get it. And sometimes that sacrifices your sleep. Or sometimes that sacrifices your freedom. Or sometimes that sacrifices you going out on a date with somebody. Or sometimes that sacrifices you not having a relationship with folk. Or sometimes that sacrifices you not having this or that or this. You think Larry Holmes was out there partying every night? He had a fight to get ready for? You think he was going around having every this woman and that woman when running the streets? Sometimes you can't do that all the time. Sometimes all the time, it take you focus on what you're trying to do. And everybody can't do it. And like you will see with what happened with a lot of the channels being shut down. I was affected. My channel was hit. But see, the beautiful thing about people when their channels get hit is everybody can't come back. Everybody won't be back. Some folks that got to a certain number of subscribers won't ever get back there. The reason is sometimes you got to do something over again. Sometimes you lose it all and got to start over. Because that's what life's about. It's messed up. Sure. It's not fair. Sure. It hurts. Sure. It's times you cry yourself to sleep. Sure. Of course. I'll be sitting here lying to you if I said, but listen, black man, let me tell you something. Don't nobody care about you crying. They don't care about you crying. They don't care about what you've been through. If you use that excuse as to why you can't do what you're doing, as to why you can't have nothing, then you can't have it. You can't. And you won't. If you're a grasshopper, nigga, you're a grasshopper. If you can't do it, you're right. You can't do it. But if you feel that you can become world champion and you want to put in the work every day to become world champion, and if you got a little bit of talent that it takes, you can be world champion. But like Dr. Tubman said, President William Tubman said, he said, if another nigga want Liberia, he can have it, but he gonna have to work for it. That's what he said. He said, if somebody wants this country, they can have it, but they gotta work for it. Meaning is they gotta come and kill me to take it. If they want it, that's what they got to do. And guess what? Nobody took it from it. because he worked too damn hard to get it. He wasn't gonna let it go. That's how you got to be. Are you willing to die? You know, when I came here to Poland, my mama told me, she said, you know, whatever you do, don't go out there and fail. I said, I'll come back. The only way I'm coming back here is in a body bag. That's the only way I'm coming back here. It ain't gonna be because I quit or because I gave up. I'm coming back in a body bag. That means if I come back here, I'm coming back dead. Dead. That's the only way I'm going back. I came here to get something. I'm not gonna leave until I come. If I go, I'm going back dead. That means if it take me 7 or 8, 9, 14 years to finish where I'm at now, then I'm gonna stay here till I get it. Otherwise, I'm going back. I'm gonna die. I'd rather go back dead. Some of y'all, you think like something happened and things get too hard, and you get confused, and you say, "Well, I just rather quit. I just give up because I don't want to deal with this. It's too much." I understand it. But that's how life is. It's never supposed to be easy. Do you know I'd rather die here than go back with nothing? I'd rather die right here. I'd rather say somebody, well, at least that Negro died trying to do what he was trying to do. Besides living and having nothing, I'd rather die. And that's when you know you're going to be somebody. When you rather die trying to do it than live without having it. That's it. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's how it got to be. You can fail on the way. Sure. You might lose money on the way. Sure. I tried a website before I came here. I lost $10,000. Sure. Whatever you're trying to do, it's gonna be hard, nigga. It's not gonna be if it was easy, everybody would do it. That's why everybody got a t-shirt company. Everybody's a makeup coach. Everybody's a preacher at church because anybody can do that's easy. That's easy. Anybody can do that. Anybody can set up a t-shirt company. Anybody can sell cell phone cases. That's easy. Come on now. Who can't do that? Can you become heavyweight champion of the world, though? That means you are the baddest nigga in the world. Only you. Nobody, you. Can you get to the top 5% of something? Top 10%? And see, life got a way of yielding you out. You know, there are certain things you can do to see where you stand between other folks. People lie, numbers don't. And you cannot get top nothing without top effort. It just don't happen. Even for the folks that's gifted, effort is a must. There are nights you're going to be burnt out, nights you want to quit, nights you want to give up. Sometimes you have to take a break. A month or 2 or 3. But come back to it again. Because hard work ain't easy. That's just the way it is. And the difference between, I feel, black people and other people, they understand that more. Black people like to give themselves a reason to quit. It's white supremacy. The white man got his foot on my neck. It's too hard for me. It's racial injustice. It's this system. You see, That's what black folks like to do, is make excuses for them not doing well. And I understand some of that shit is true. But see, the Koreans, they don't take no excuses. The Indians, there is no excuse. For many Nigerians, there is no excuse. Either you do it or you don't. There is no in between. Some families, you can't even come home with a B+. It's not acceptable. Do you understand that? Do you know that while you were asleep, read any billionaire's story? Ted Turner, Steve Jobs when he was living. Read their profiles. Their profiles are all the same. Billionaire people get up before you. And they go to bed after you. See, that's the difference between people who are great and people who are good and people who are average. That's the difference. See, they do this every day. Sometimes the shit don't work when they're trying to do. They fail 70, 80, 90 times. But see, that's the difference. And I guess I wonder what you're going to be. You going to get the best effort? Sometimes I don't. I know I don't. But at least understand the fact that if you want something, if you want to, look at YouTube. People living in you. You know what? Let me change my tone real quick before I leave. Look at YouTube. Outside of black YouTube, look at some of these people who live in overseas in nice places. People who have homes on the beach. People who have homes in Dominican Republic. Look at Cortez Ross, black guy. I want you to watch him. Cortez Ross escaped to Medellin. He's good. He living everywhere. He was just in Colombia for 4 months. Now he's living back in Florida. He was living in Canada. He lived wherever he want to live. But the reason why he can do that is because he work at it. You see, you look at Jabril, that brother. He living in Thailand and going all these different places. See, that could be you. See, but the difference is he put in the work to have that lifestyle. See, why you not doing that and you wishing you can do it. See, folks is out here enjoying their life. You know, everything's not about money. I understand that money is an end in the, you know, money is a necessary thing to have. But I was watching, for example, Philco versus the Universe. Not an educated guy, didn't go to college, but he has a new 4-bedroom penthouse with a sauna in his apartment, 3 bathrooms, 4 bedrooms. One of the most amazing penthouses I've ever seen in Novosibirsk, Russia, paying $1,000 a month. But he does that because he works at it. Look on YouTube. Look how people are looking. The hobo traveler and stuff. Been to 117 countries. And money is their last thing they worry about because they always got it. They work for it. And see, that's the difference between most people and people like that. So I hope that you will get something out of this. Hope you really will, you know. Hope you understand what's at stake. You know, your life, you only get one. You know, and thank you, Gilla, for the donation. I appreciate it, man. You know, I really don't do this, man, for money or anything like that. I really, I mean, people think that I do. And I, you know, if you're gonna pay me, fuck it, I'll do it. But seriously, I can only speak to the brothers and to the men because most people aren't gonna tell you this. Most people ain't gonna tell you that you messing up your life. You're not living your life to your full potential, and that's me included. And you got the ability to do what anybody else is doing. I'm just telling you. Shout out to my boy Steve Collins, man. So anybody can do whatever that you can do if you work at it. You ain't got to be, life is so beautiful. You don't have to be a master at everything. All you got to do is master one thing. And if you do that well, that can take you a long way in life. Just one thing. Not a bunch of shit, just one. So, brothers, I got to go. I got a last class here. I just came home very quickly to do this. But I want to give a shout out to all the brothers. Email me at planetoshay@gmail.com. I want to hear from you. If you have not subscribed to the NegroManosphere.com, that's the email. planetoshay@gmail.com. Other news, I'll be back on my main channel. Thank you, 22J Dog. I'll be back on my main channel. Now, I will be releasing the content, my classic videos, slowly but surely. I got over 800 videos that I got to go out and like change the titles and things and demonetize. Chris Burgos, you don't have to send it to me, man. I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna demonetize all the videos on that channel, meaning that I won't have no ads running on that channel. It will just be straight, content. So that channel won't make any more money anymore. The only monetized channel I'll have is this one. So I'll put all of that. So that channel's coming back in April. We'll be back on the main channel and on this channel, and I'll just be putting videos out there like I would. Hit me on WhatsApp, AON 2013. I thought I saw Professor Lamb Max in here. Professor Lamb, I'm probably talking to him tonight. Shout out to the professor. He has an excellent channel also. He might be getting ready for work, but I'll be talking to him tonight. Hopefully we get him on a hangout one night. Promote his channel. All right, listen, y'all, I got to go. Like the videos. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.